Long, long ago, a time when there were no cities, no villages, no roads, no houses, only the earth, the sky, and the wandering primeval men. They wore no proper clothes and never stayed in one place for long. Wherever the day ended, they would spend the night, sometimes by the riverbank, sometimes in a cave, sometimes in an open field. And when fear struck, they would climb tall trees and sleep high on the branches. Back then, every single day was a battle, sometimes to escape wild animals, sometimes to survive the biting cold, and sometimes to endure heavy rains. But worst of all were the freezing nights when the cold crept into their very bones.
One rainy season, the skies opened with a furious storm. Thunder roared, lightning flashed, and the wind howled. A group of primeval men climbed up into the massive branches of an ancient banyan tree. Sheltered among the leaves, they felt a little safer. One of them wondered, if the branches of a tree can protect us from the rain, could we use them to make a real shelter? The next day, they began breaking branches, thick ones for a frame, thinner ones for walls, and broad leaves for a roof. They tied them together with wild vines. It wasn't truly a house yet, but it kept out some wind and rain.
Some time later, while hunting near the mountains, a few of them discovered a cave. Inside, it was cool, but no rainwater seeped in. They liked it immediately, until they realized it wasn't always empty. Sometimes a bear, sometimes a leopard already called it home. That's when one wise man named Arrow spoke. If we combine tree branches and stones, we can make something like a cave without needing a mountain. Everyone agreed. They built a sturdy frame from thick branches, then one by one they carried heavy stones from the riverbed and stacked them around the edges. The gaps between the stones were packed with mud to keep out the wind. For the roof, they laid branches, then covered them with leaves and dry grass. For the first time in history, they had built, on the ground, with their own hands, a shelter where rain couldn't enter and cold winds couldn't bite. At night, they lit a fire inside, told stories, and felt safer than they had ever felt before.
Soon other groups built the same kind of shelters. No longer did they have to search for a new place to sleep every night. Inside their houses, they could store food, keep their tools, and protect their children from wild beasts. From that day, a home was no longer just a place. It became a symbol of safety, belonging, and family. And from that moment on, mankind was never again a restless wanderer without a roof.